Hey guys, wonders never cease. I'm actually maybe a little bit early for my video tonight. Oh my gosh, I just got a notification on my iPad that I'm live. For heaven's sakes, there we go. Hopefully I can find the live video on the iPad so that if you're popping on, I'll be able to see your comments. There we go. I think I've got it. All right. Well, I'm excited about what I'm going to show you tonight. Sometimes my mind works in strange and wonderful ways, and last night I had this idea of a pop-up card that I can make, and it's super simple. And I'm sure other people have done pop-up cards like this one that I'm going to show you, but I don't, if they have, I've never made it, and it's just really, really easy. And yeah, I'll share that with you in just a few minutes. I think you'll enjoy it, and you'll be able to make them by the dozens at home. That's how easy it is. Normally when I say, or when you hear pop-up card, you think that there's lots of steps and lots of cutting, and this one is very, very simple. So I think you'll enjoy that. And well, I usually pass a little bit of time when I get started here because it takes a few minutes for people to hop on, and especially since I'm early today, that's such a shock. People will definitely not be expecting. So got a funny to share with you. And yeah, don't be worried about your smartphone and your TV for spying on you, because your vacuum cleaner has been collecting dirt. No, it's been gathering dirt on you for years. That one's been going around a lot on Facebook. But thought that was kind of cute. And I always like to have a weather word too, because when you live on the prairies in Canada, our lives are pretty much dictated by the weather. How boring it must be to live in a place like California. So today's weather word is flaky. We did have a few flurries coming down. It's nothing that's going to stay. Unfortunately, I hear if you're further north in Saskatchewan, it's not going to be as nice. But yeah, I think that's winter just having its last little, na boo boo at us, and hopefully that's it. And I know we can still get snow in April, and yeah, crossing my fingers, but we'll see. Some nicer days are still coming ahead. Wow, I see a few people have joined on. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm going to be showing a pop-up card today, and that'll be using the Timeless Tulip stamp set, and also some words from Enjoy Life. And did you happen to see the announcement today that Stampin' Up! Has added a few more celebration free rewards? Most of you, if not all of you, already know about the rewards that I'm showing on this brochure here. And 3 of those are now sold out. So we can't get the card kit or the twine and sequins pack or the golden honey specialty paper anymore. The other items are still available. And then just today, Stampin' Up! Has posted another set of items that we can earn for this next week. Yeah, 1 week from tonight, celebration ends. So these are some things that are currently in the annual catalog, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see them, as this is just like a printed flyer from my computer. And actually some of them got cut off on the edges here, but the red rhinestone jewels, the mini shipping boxes, the designer series paper called Follow Your Art, Dino Roar designer paper, the woven threads designer paper, that's kind of pretty. The detailed laser cut specialty paper, I think it's the shimmer detailed laser cut specialty paper, and the Rococo Rose Stampin' Up! Blends. All those items are available with a $60 purchase before shipping and tax. And then they've added 2 items here for the next level of celebration, the Butterfly Duet Punch and the Wild Rose dies, I guess they are. They go with the Lovely, I think it's called Lovely as a Rose, something like that, for the 120 level 2 celebration choices. So I just wanted to let you know that there are some new celebration things that have been added. And if you have any questions about these, give me a shout, and I'll try to remember to post this flyer onto my Facebook page as well, so you can maybe see it in a little bit more detail. Okay, hello to Sandra and Sue and Nicole and Kathy and whoever else was able to join us today. Just 7 days, as I mentioned, for celebration left, and these coordinating special products are also coming to their end, because it says March 31st, which is again the week from today, or while supplies last. And so there's some really nice coordinating dies for some of the popular sets. So the Positive Thoughts stamp set, the special Someone with the little raccoon and mouse and squirrel, the Ladybug dies. If you did get if you were so lucky to get one of the Ladybug stamp sets, make sure you get your Ladybug dies before they sell out. There's one called Sending Flowers, and on the second page here, I've already mentioned to people that the birthday dies are sold out. That was a really popular celebration stamp set. And then the Pleased as Punch paper, which coordinates with the Heart Punch, the Umbrella Punch, and the Tulip Punch. And I'm going to be using that Tulip Punch very, very shortly here to make my pop-up card. Oh, hello, Eileen. It's great to see you on there. And yes, same to you. Stay safe. And you know, I was thinking about you the other day because I think you have a special trip coming up and that might be postponed. And so, thinking of you, my friend. Hopefully you'll still be able to go, maybe just a little bit later. I know what I was going to mention about this video. Apparently, lots of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators have been having difficulties with Facebook and their Facebook Lives. And they figure that maybe it's because so many people are on Facebook now that a lot of people are home from work. So if I tend to freeze or blank, things go blank or whatever just goes on, it could be just because Facebook is being silly lately and there's just a ton of people that are on it. Oh, hello to Elaine and Darlene as well. Hey, I was just going to show you some quick cards. I was supposed to have a sympathy card class this week, and of course, all of my classes that are in person are canceled. And I'm changing it to what I'm calling a fill in the blank class, where you'll get all the supplies to make some cards, except there won't be any stamping for the words. And what you have to do for my fill in the blank class is look through your collection of stamps that are at home and then find some words that might fit into the spot that's blank, and you'll be able to fill it in. And you can, I mean, if you need sympathy cards, you can definitely make it a sympathy card, but you know, you can choose with each design what you'd like to do with it. So I'm probably going to have 12 kits to go for this, and they will be filled on first come first serve basis, and I'll probably it's going to take me extra time to make the kits. They won't be ready till next week, and I'll put them into my pickup bin on the side of the house, and then people can just either e-transfer or put their payment for the class in my mailbox. And so these are 3 of the 4 designs that we'll make for the class, and there will be 2 of each. So you can watch for more information on that. Oh, I'm glad you like that idea, Sue. Yeah, it's the best I could come up with. And for those of you who aren't demonstrators, one of the policies as a demonstrator is that we are not allowed to stamp any of the pieces for you for kits. We can cut the paper, we can even cut with punches and with die cuts. We're allowed to cut with die cuts too, but we're not allowed to pre-stamp things. So that's what I thought would be easiest, is that lots of people have words on hand, and so if I just give them the blank little spots, they can fill in the blanks and have a variety of cards. So yeah, and I have to do a draw. Here's the draw box, and I'm giving it a good old shake here. I can't remember where this box came from. I ended up with it from somebody who got it at dollar store. Thank you to whoever gave it to me. I'm not sure why I even still have it, but if it's yours and you want the box back, let me know. Okay, so over the last 3 months, I've had lots of I always have wonderful customers, but some customers that have made purchases of over $50 or more before shipping and tax, and for every $50 that they spent, their name went into this draw, and it's my appreciation draw to say thank you, and I do appreciate you so much. And the name who I draw out here will have choice of 2 different items. One is the Parisian Beauty bundle, and the other is the Butterfly Gala bundle. So this is going to be exciting. I always love when I get to share some prizes and excitement with you guys. Okay, so how am I going to do this? I'm holding the box, so I'm over here, and the box is facing that way, and I don't know if you were able to see that. Yeah, I'm this way, and the box is facing that way, so I'm not looking. And everybody needs to do, wherever you are, you need to do a little drum roll at home there. And okay, I've got one in my hand. What color is it? It is pink, and it says, oh, Christine! Oh, congratulations, Christine. That's so exciting. I will be in touch with you to see if, there's a drum roll coming through. Thanks, Jackie. If you would like, which one of those prizes that you would like. I know that you'll love them both. And my heart goes out to Christine because she is a nurse manager at 2 care homes in Assiniboia. And we know how much our nurses and our healthcare workers, and especially people in those care homes where the residents are so vulnerable. And so sending lots of love your way. And Christine, I'm so glad that you were able to be appreciated with a prize today. So oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Sandra. Okay, so we're going to get on to the pop-up card. A lot of you know how much I like the Timeless Tulip stamp set because I've used it quite a few times. Some of you saw or made this card with me, and some of you might have made this card with me. And then a couple of weeks ago, I did this special fold on one of my Facebook videos, and it opens like that. And I can't even remember what, I think it was called a double door card. I was tickled with how that one worked. Double door card. So today is a pop-up card, and it works like this. You slide it out of the envelope and you set it up like a box at the end there, just like that. So you're looking down on it, but it would normally sit up on its bottom here, just like that. And it's super easy. I'll show you really quickly how to create this, and I've got most of my pieces all ready to go here, and I was so tickled that it will fit right into an envelope. And I'm thinking I'm going to be sending this card to my boys in Saskatoon. Every now and again we talk with them on the phone, and they're finishing up their classes and whatnot there, and it's kind of hard for them because they're stuck like in their basement suite, and yeah, we just don't know when all of this physical distancing is going to end. And it's hard. So I love the saying on this: when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, and to love. And that saying is from this stamp set called Enjoy Life. There it is right there. It's just a little bit smaller shown on the graphic of the front cover. It's a bit bigger in the actual size of the stamp is this size. But I haven't used the Enjoy Life as much as I would have wanted to, and so I was really glad to dig that out today and get using it. And when I write to my boys, what I'll probably do is I'll turn this over and I'll write my message on the back, and then when they open it up, they'll be able to stand it up and display it in their suite. So let's get started. I'm starting right off the hop with a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of white cardstock. Oh, thanks, Jackie and Sue. I'm glad you and like the idea of the card. And thanks, that's wonderful for all your congratulations that you're sending to Christine. Thanks, ladies. So easy peasy, cut it in half at 5.5 inches. And you just need almost exactly 1/2 of this to create the pop-up card. And we're going to be switching from the cutting blade to the scoring blade. So just make sure when you go to score that you're using the lighter colored blade if you're using the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And so we're going to score it at, we'll score it 4 times. I'm going to have to pull out my ruler. There we go. Okay. So it's 5.5. 5.5 this way. And now we're going to score at 4.25. So that first score is just like your regular card front, 5.5 by 4.25. And then you're going to move up exactly 1 inch. You're going to score again at 5.25. You're going to score again at 6.25. And to be able to read the lines on the ruler here, you have to actually look at the lines that are on the gray part, not the printed white part. 6.25. And then the last thing that, no, 8, wait a minute. I think I have to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3. This is 4. Yeah, okay, 4 scores. And then I'm going to move to 8.25, but at the very end, once I'm at 8.25, I'm going to cut this last little piece off. So that's the only part that you have to throw away. So I like that part of the project. It's a good use of paper. And now I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to fold all these scored lines. And you can see right away how this is going to create the pop-up part of the box. But before I glue it together, I'm going to do my stamping, and you'll see why. So I'm going to start with this tulip here. I love all the tulips. I think in my mind this one is, I think it's the prettiest one. It's not too great big and full, but it's not like, you know, a tight bud either. And Daffodil Delight, that's what I've got to begin with. And some of you who watched my last tulip video, you'll see me doing the same thing that I did before. I'm starting with the light color, and then I'm going to move on to the deeper color there. And close that up. Next, Poppy Parade. And I had this turned upside down because that reminded me that I forgot, not only is there a strip that you can stick on to the front of your ink pad so that you know what the name of the color is, but there's also a blank strip on the back. There's also, you know, French and German and Chinese and lots of other languages too, whatever they are. But there's a blank one, and that one is to go right in the little finger space here. And some of you would know this, but whoop, whoop, trying to get it so it's going to be in there sort of even. It keeps wanting to move around. You need to have little Barbie doll sized fingers to do this sometimes. Okay, there. There we go. That's so that when you have two ink pads sitting side by side, well, this is kind of hard to tell because this one's quite a bit darker, but you just have to look at the color in that little finger tray there. So if this was, say, Mambo, like the Mambo pink color, sometimes just looking at the ink pad itself, you can't tell, but then you see the little color in the tray there. So, okay. This is all that I'm going to do for cleaning off my stamp. So I'm just going to smoosh it on some scrap grid paper and move to the darker color because Poppy Parade is so much darker than the Daffodil Delight. So it's not going to be a big deal if it doesn't get fully cleaned. There we go. All right. Think I'm done with the little tulip, and now I'm going to move on to stems, and I'm going to use both stems. I like that there's two different stems because one is curved and one is straighter, and so gives you a little bit of variety when you're putting stems. And you don't have to worry about if your stems go down past the score line. I don't know if you can even see the score line from your angle, because these are going to get folded up and covered by the base, and so it all works out in the end. Okay, let's see, how close can I match up something like that? Okay, now I'm going to switch to the other stem, and those of you who have done tulips with me before know that if your stem doesn't quite match up with your tulip, you can get out the garden green marker and fill in the space, or you could even get out just a blender pen and drag some of that ink color up to fill it in. All right, so I feel like I'm gonna put my head right in front of the camera to try and see where I'm stamping here. There, I could maybe change this on a little angle. It's nice to get a variety. Okay. And, well, while we're here, we might as well put some leaves. Okay. So, and my mode of operandum, what do I want to say? What's that called? Operandum? No. Whatever. My way of working with the leaves is you stamp a few one way, and then you turn the leaf around and you stamp a few the other way. So you get some that have thinner stems at the top and some that have thicker stems at the top. Let's see, we should maybe, oh, there we go. Lots of greenery and lots of stems. Now, I don't want to glue this yet because I also want to do some stamping right there. And it's kind of hard to stamp with it when it's folded up like this. So I want to fold it down, and just make sure I get this right. I want to fold it down, and I want it so that the bottom of the stems are going to go off here. And I'm just going to use the straight stem for this one. I'm just going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. And while I'm here, I'll put a couple of leaves. Ooh, I am going way, look at how hard I'm going onto my, and wobbly onto my ink pad. I am way pushing into it too much. You don't have to be this aggressive when you're inking up your stamp. Oh dear. Heavenly days. Okay. There. All right. Now I think I'm ready to glue it together. So I'm going to just use some liquid glue here and some liquid glue here. And the reason I am doing just that, and There, you can kind of make it into a box to begin with, and then you can actually, lay it down. You can lay it down while the glue sets, because you want it to be able to fold so that it'll go into your envelope. Okay, I'm going to put an ink pad there just to hold that down. The reason I only glued at the ends was my other idea for this, if you wanted to, is, okay, pretend this is a gift card. Then you could slide a gift card into here, and yeah, you'd have a nice little way of giving somebody a gift card for a special occasion. It just slides down in between the glue layers there. And I was thinking, like, normally I would send a gift card to my boys, and I'm like, oh yeah, but all the restaurants are closed. So I think when I send this to them, I'm gonna have to pick something like, I don't know, something that's got a drive through, like McDonald's or Dairy Queen or something like that. So, okay, so that's gonna be mostly dry, and while that finishes drying, I'll show you, I've already got 4 tulips, that's of the bigger tulip, stamped out, and I'll just grab the tulip punch. Now the trick is I want to start punching the tulips in this direction and feeding it through, because if I start in this direction, this tulip will punch out and this one will get a big old leaf punched into the middle of it. So just be careful which direction you go with your punch. And I'm gonna have to stand up to be able to see if I'm kind of sort of hitting the center with this. Okay, and hi to some more people. Denise and Glenda and maybe Kathy and Tracy are still there. I'm not sure. How's everybody doing out there? It's kind of strange times lately. Alrighty, so you sometimes get little extra pieces because of that leaf punch. The leaf punch can also be another layer for the actual tulip blossom itself, which looks cool too. So you could make this project even more layered and embellished, and like what I'm doing is pretty simple. So yeah, if you come up with some other ideas, I'd love to see what you've got. All right, so back to this. Oh, I guess I don't want to glue those on quite yet, because I first want to glue on this die cut shape and the words that I've already stamped those just to make things go a little quicker. I'm going to show you where my stitched scalloped rectangle came from. It's in the spring mini catalog, and it's here in the Stitch So Sweetly dies. And I've been using those quite a bit. I am enjoying them a lot. So, oh, there we go. I wrote on the back of this, just so that if you're using, I think this is the second largest die in the set, the dimensions for the white piece of paper, white cardstock, 1 5/8 by 2 3/4. And again, I don't know if the resolution is good enough that you can even read that, but I put it on there in pencil so I wouldn't have to measure it, because I don't always remember every little measurement for every little piece on the card that I'm working on. Okay, and now we're back to here. And originally when I was going to glue this on, I was thinking, oh, I could glue it closer to the top of the box, but then when you lay it down, it hangs over the edge and it wouldn't fit into the card, or the envelope, pardon me. So then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to glue it a lot closer to the bottom. So then I'll be able to fit in our medium-sized envelopes. Okay, and there are the words. And another thing that I there's always I shoulda, coulda, woulda done. You could get, well, maybe it's too long for this, but for these edges here, you could use clothespins to hold it while the glue is, if you're using liquid glue while the glue is drying, or you could just use tear and tape and then you don't have to wait for anything to dry. All right, and I made 2 bows. One of them was using my bow maker that Elaine gave me, and yeah, it's super simple, isn't it, Kathy? Yeah, I was like, wow, like why couldn't all the pop-up cards be this simple? Yeah, Elaine gave me this bow maker that her husband made. It's got wooden dowels, and then I just did one of my air bows just to compare. And what I noticed about the air bow is that I think the bulk of the center of the bow, where it kind of all ties together, is not as thick and bulky as with my my bow maker. And I'll show you how I did it. And the only reason that like really they're very close, they're both very beautiful bows, but Canada Post always likes to ding us with extra postage when our envelopes get too thick. So I don't know if this is a Canada Post approved bow or not, but you take your 2 bunny ears and then you tie them around once, slip it through, and don't pull too tight because you don't want to scrunch it up to make that bow chunkier. The chunkier and thicker it is, the more Canada Post will want you to pay for mailing your card. Okay, I shouldn't complain because I've heard Canada Post is still going to continue working, and so we can still send cards to people that we love. That's important. Okay, so that's how I made the air bow. But if you have a bow maker, or however you can make bows, or if you can't make, oh my goodness, I cut those way too short. If you can't make bows, you can just do a knot and put a little knot at the bottom there too. Or you might have a little button, or you'll think of something that could go on the bottom of yours. And put a glue dot there. Glue that down. Okay, and we're almost done. Woohoo! How did I do this before? I think I did yellow and red and a yellow and a red, and I didn't dimensional all of them. I kind of wanted to create levels and layers. So put a little liquid glue, and the trick is not to put it up too high so that you have glue hanging out the back. Let's see, something like that. And again, trying to get the different heights of the tulips too. Ooh, I think I'm a lot more over to one side than the other. Oh, well, that should be, okay, we'll make that tulip a little turned off to the side a little there. Okay. And finally, I'm going to go right down to the very bottom of the tulip, so again it doesn't hang off the back of the card. Let's see. Those two are kind of sort of the same height. This one maybe. And I don't want it to hang out too much. It looks kind of cool when the tulip goes off to the side of the card like this, but again, it wouldn't be able to slide into the envelope, so you kind of have to respect the edges of the card. And there it is, the pop-up tulip card with the option, if you don't put glue in the middle, of throwing a gift card down there. So, woo, we did it. Thank you to everyone who joined me for the video. I really appreciate you popping on today and checking out what I had to share with you. And good news, I think the Tulip Punch is now available to order again. I think for a while it was on back order, and now it's available. And so if it's something that's of interest to you, you're able to order that. And thank you for all the love, and love back to you guys, and take very good care out there. Yes, we have to look after our physical health, but also our emotional health, and really watch out for all of those vulnerable people that are out there. So if anyone needs something dropped off at their house, or you know of someone who lives in Moose Jaw who needs something dropped off at their house, please let me know. My husband and I can do drop-offs on doorsteps. We're able to do that. And so, let us know if there's any way we can help you out. And thanks again for joining me, and I hope to be back next Tuesday with another video. And I have a schedule. You might have seen my schedule that I posted on Sunday, like that I'm going to try and do something different each week or each day. Yesterday was mystery card Monday. Today was, my regular tutorial Tuesday. But I'm going to have a quick video, my Friday morning coffee video at 10 o'clock Friday morning, if you want to just see a couple of really quick tips and tricks. So I'll talk to you then for those who are able to join me at that point. Take care all. Bye for now.